You're welcome. This is ABUAD Radio 88.1, and today is World Mental Health Day. We're in the studio today and we're talking about a very important day in the life of humans. All of us have our physical bodies, and importantly, we have our minds. And if you look at the person, you can see their face, but you may not be able to see their mind. And then there's a day that is dedicated to talking about the mind of the person, the World Mental Health Day. We have in the studio with us guests who are going to be talking about different areas of mental health. And throughout this week, we're going to be coming with different people who are going to be coming into the studio to talk about World Mental Health Day. The theme for this year's World Mental Health Day is Mental Health is a Human Right. And today in the studio, I have numerous guests with me, wonderful, amazing people who are going to be talking about mental health, their experiences, their solutions, suggestions. And I'm going to be asking my guests to introduce themselves. Sophia is to my left. Sophia, introduce yourself to the guests, to the people at home.
Hello, my name is Sophia Abimbola, and I like to refer to myself as an advocate for mental health and all things health related, blood donation and things in that line. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sophia. And then there's Ashley in the studio. Ashley, yeah. Ashley is also the president of Drug Free, yeah.
Hi, my name is Ife BAMIDELE Ashley, and I am the president of the Drug Free Club. I like to fight against the use of drugs in ABUAD and also help those who use drugs.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. It's studio time. Yes, so I'm going to be having some questions for the guests. There's some people who are still waiting to come in. They're going to finish their own conversations and then they will come in. Can I ask? Let me start with Ashley. Ashley, what do you think is the biggest challenge with mental health in this generation?
Drugs.
Drugs. Wow, that's from an Ashley perspective. Ashley thinks that it is drugs that is one of the biggest challenges for young people in this generation. If I ask Sophia the same question, Sophia, what do you think about mental health? What do you think is affecting the mental health of young people the most around now?
The fact that the older generation refuses to acknowledge that mental health challenges exist.
Oh yeah? So one of the things that Sophia said is the fact that people are finding it hard to accept that there's something called mental health. You know, with physical health, you can see that a person is down. You can see that they have malaria. You can see that they have temperature. But with mental health, it's really hard to say whether a person is feeling something or whether they're not. Ashley, you've spoken about drugs, and many people talk about drugs as accentuating the mental health challenge. Why do you think people use drugs in solving mental problems? So you say that it is what causes mental problems. Some people say, oh, I'm using these drugs to be able to save my own mental health. I don't want craze. I don't want to make something happen to me. That's why I'm using what I'm using.
Okay, people use drugs either because of depression, peer group influence, or to like just escape reality.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like if people want an escape from reality, they go to drugs probably because of the feeling they get, not knowing like after that feeling you have to go back to reality.
Okay, we're going to still bring in some medical practitioners, doctors, mental health professionals in the course of the week. But if I can ask you from a user experience, student perspective, Sophia, what are the common mental health challenges that you think young people face around this time?
Number one is depression.
Yeah, that's the...
And a number of people refuse to acknowledge that they are depressed. You don't have to be clinically diagnosed to know. Like some people don't go to the hospital because they refuse to acknowledge this. People around you that are aware of the mental health challenges know that there's something wrong with you. But then it's not a nice thing to diagnose yourself. You have to go to the hospital so that you know the things that you should do, your triggers, and identify your triggers and the things that will just spike you. Also anxiety. People do not know that. I don't think many people are aware of the fact that anxiety is an actual mental health disorder. You just think, oh, I'm anxious. There are things that are in place for you if you're anxious. There are solutions. There are I think steps that medical practitioners will tell you to take that would help you deal with these things. So yes.
Okay, I agree with that, and that's anxiety and depression. So I already have some questions that I'm going to be asking the professionals when they come in with me, because I'm going to be asking some medical health professionals when they come in into the studio in the course of the week on questions as to how to handle anxiety and how to handle depression. One of the things you mentioned, Ashley, is with regards to peer group influence and how the society that you find yourself in can affect your mental health. How then do you have nicer people that are good for your mental health around you?
Yeah, I feel most people let their friends choose them and not choose their friends.
Damn. Hey, that's salter. That's hot. So they let their friends choose them. They don't choose their friends. Wow.
Yeah, because
Tell us about it.
the people around you says a lot about you. So if you have someone doing drugs, definitely you want to do drugs.
That's hard, huh? It's hard. I agree with you. But I also think that some people own themselves, but there's just there are fewer. And one of the things I always say from our last program was that we should be kind to our minds. You know how the people that are kind to your mind, the people that protect your mental health, the people that make you feel better are the people that you should be around. That's the lesson for this mental health day. But with rights, I'm going to ask the person who is a lawyer-minded person. Yeah, what about mental health and rights? Do you think that mental health should be a universal right or a universal human right? Is it a human right?
Well, we have the right to health. Life, right to life, of course, and basic health. Your mental health is part of your health. We acknowledge that when somebody is not well, you can see it on their face that, oh, this person is not well.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if you can acknowledge somebody's physical well-being, we need to start acknowledging their mental well-being. And yes, it should be a human right, because if I have the right to good health, then you should be able to acknowledge that my mental health is part of my health.
So good health should include both physical and mental health. I'm going to ask Ashley because I'm going to be running over. This session will be shutting down shortly when I bring in new guests. But let me ask Ashley, how can educational institutions protect the mental health of young people?
First of all, they should put like a system to help those who do drugs. I don't know why I'm so particular about drugs.
Yeah, because you're the president of Drug Free Club, so that's why you're thinking about mental. I'm sure that there's other people who are not Drug Free Club presidents who are coming in and who are going to be talking about mental health from their own perspectives, their own lives experiences, some of the things that have shattered them and broken them. I hope that we don't have anybody that cries in the studio. Yeah, but I'm with you.
Yeah, should I say like a rehab? So like, because there are obviously students who do drugs, and I feel instead of like sending them home where they get to do more drugs.
No, so I think that as an institution, what we have successfully done, and many institutions that we have supported across the country, is that there's disciplinary measures. However, there's also support measures by the United Nations Office on Drug and Crimes saying that we do not punish people, but we support the people to go through rehabilitation processes. The mental health unit of the ABUAD System Hospital, the team from the System Hospital will also be here in the course of the week talking about how to help people through a medical process and how to ensure that they are better people. One or two people who find themselves in such situations, parents, family members, friends should support them out of the situation, and we ensure that we make it more difficult for anybody to make such choices. Sophia, in closing, can I ask, what do you think government and institutions can do to protect mental health?
Being a Nigerian is a huge struggle. It is a struggle to be a Nigerian.
Okay.
So the government just needs to understand that people are going through a lot, try to see things from the citizens' perspective, so that they can put things in place to ease the things that they're complaining about, listen to their struggles, and this will just help them ease their affairs in a bit. And if their affairs are at ease, to an extent, they'll be able to reason and be in a good state.
Okay, we're going to go on a break now and then have some music interlude before I bring in new guests. Thank you so much, Sophia and Ashley. It's been fun having you in here, and I know that I'm going to bring you up again sometime for some other fun conversations. Have a wonderful day. It's World Mental Health Day.